Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? I hope you're enjoying Monday so far. Well, it's actually Tuesday for other people, but here in California it is 9:30, and I want to say hello, everyone. Today is August 25th, 2025. Um, I have a question. I have questions for you. I wanted to ask you this. Have you ever captivated by something that most beautiful, that it kind of held your attention completely? Perhaps a breathtaking sight that you went and visit, and it really left you wonder what's the story behind it. Or you go to a concert or watching a beautiful piece of music, listening to a beautiful piece of music that's so enchanting that you couldn't help but pondering, where's that come from? What is the story behind it, right? Or maybe you went to a mall, a boutique, and you saw this beautiful, stunning gem that is so sparkle and so bright. It made you ask yourself, how did it become the most exquisite treasure that kind of catching your eyes? Believe it or not, I asked myself that question all the time on everything. I wonder what is the story behind it. So I was watching a video clip, I think the night before last night, and I wanted to bring this up, but it was kind of really busy weekend, and I thought I'd bring it up here. So in that video, the address asked a question. It's basically just going back and forth, and this phrase I heard that really caught my attention. The phrase was, "A gem must be polished to become a precious gem recognized by many people." Right? So I thought about it. I actually replaced those statements from the actress, and it really caught my attention, my friends. So I asked myself again, what is the process to turn one rough stone to a beautiful gem? So, as you know, I'm always curious. So I actually went and looked for it. I did some reading. So I wanted to come here and share with you a little bit about what I found, that whole process, turning one stone into a beautiful gem. And then I want to use that analogy to apply it in our business. Of course, all of what I'm sharing here is what I either read on it, found on it, and also when it comes to our business, it's really my opinion of what I believe. So here it is. So the gem cutter, or you can call it a lapidary. It's the name or the person that actually cut the stone into a gem. They call a lapidary. To turn a rough stone into a precious gem that everyone loves and everyone can see and recognize, it takes about six major steps. Okay, the first one is the planning, right? The cutter has to assess the rough stone for flaws and colors and choosing the shape to maximize the stone beauty and value. Okay, that's step number one. Step number two, you have to go through a process of something that calls sawing or cleaving. It's basically a large or flawed stones are split and cut to remove all the waste and form a basic shape. So anyone that knows about stone and gem or dealing with jewelry, you know a lot of pieces, beautiful pieces of jewelry, it came from somewhere, right? So step number three is performing. The stone is ground into a rough version of the final shape using a diamond coated wheel. So basically, they have to drill it somehow, shape it into a final shape of how they want it. This diamond coated wheel, I've actually seen it, and we used to have one at home because obviously we were doing something, right? And then step number four is faceting. They have to choose a precise flat surfaces and cut at specific angles to enhance sparkle and brilliance, right? So they have to choose a flat surface to cut to make sure the angles look sparkle. And if the light hit it, it has to be sparkle and brilliance, right? Step number five is the facets are polished with a fine abrasive for a smooth and reflective finish. That's the step number five for polishing. Okay. Number six, they have to go through inspection and cleaning. The gem is checked for quality and clean to remove all the residues. I believe our friend Brian Crowett actually understand what I'm saying. And if you really want to know how to turn a bold stone into a gem, seriously, look it up. It's very interesting. But the further I read and look into it, so I thought the lapidary, which is the stone cutter, actually, the stonecutter possess a blend of technical, artistic, and analytical skills to transform rough stones into a polished gems. They master the positions of tools and techniques to cut and polish with exact angles. Understand the gemstone property is also important. The properties, whether or not the stone is hardness, the hardness of the stone, and the refraction of it, and apply spatial reasons to design the symmetrical, brilliant cut with a keen attention to details and strong hand-eye coordination. And also, it takes patience for them to solve the problems to maximize a gem's beauty and value. While at the same time, they need to market. They have to have the understanding of the marketing awareness to ensure that the cut that they cut meet the aesthetic and the commercial demands. So it takes a lot for a lapidary to turn one stone into a beautiful gem. Well, my friends, I wanted to use this analogy of a stone turned into a gem to actually apply it into a business. Building a complex and successful business is like cutting a gem from a rough stone. Require vision. Yes, you have to have vision. You have to have a precision and patience to review their full potential. And here is how I'm using this gem analogy to unfold into a business. So, step number one, and remember, it takes six major steps. Okay. So, step number one, from raw potential, which is the idea, or a rough stone. A rough gemstone, like a business idea, start with an untapped potential. Just as a gem cutter evaluates the stone's flaws and color, our founder, Mr. Mufareh, assessed the market needs, the competition, and the opportunities. The vision for a thriving business is like a sparkling gem. It begins to identify what's possible. And I believe our founder has done that, right? Let's go to step number two, strategic planning. When you have an idea, you have to plan, right? As the same thing with the gem cutter, they have to go through a selection and design. A gem cutter's plan the perfect shape to maximize the beauty and value. Similarity to building a business requires a clear strategy, defining the vision, target audience, and a unique value proposition. It's like the gem cutter choosing a gem's cut. Our founder CEO, our founder, excuse me, Mr. Ashmufar has decided to whether to focus on to focus his business on just a lean startup, a small business, or a multi-facet enterprise. And I believe that our founder has already decided. We will see what happens, right? And then let's go to number three, shaping and shaping that foundation, or the gem cutter sawing and performing that cutting. The gem cutter has to cut away all the excess materials to form the gem's rough shape mirrors, trimming all the inefficiencies in the business. The same thing, right? Do you remember the pruning? This involves setting up the core operations, hire key talent, security, the funding, and building the infrastructures. Of course, in these steps, there's a lot of mistakes are made, like the bad cut can waste potentials. So precision is the most critical steps in turning a stone into a gem or building a business. Precision decision is so important. The pruning process or the selecting of the talents, I believe our CEO have found or currently have the most talented team with him right now. Let's go to step number four is crafting excellence, or we could call it in the analogy of the gem is faceting. Faceting a gem involves cutting precise angles to reflect light brilliantly. Just as the business needs, we need to refine the processes, the marketing, the product development, the customer service to shine it in a competitive market. Each facet, just like a business, each department must align perfectly to create a cohesive and high-performing business. I believe our founder, Mr. Ash Mufareh, is crafting what he needed it and getting ready to deliver the most beautiful company. All we have to do is stay close and watch how is come alive, right? Step on to number five is polishing and perfection. Polishing a gem creates its dazzling finish, akin with a fine-tune a business through a branding, through customer experience and innovation. This steps that is happening ensure the business not only to function, but also to captive its audience, standing out like a flawless gem in a crowded marketplace. This is so beautiful, my friend. I believe we are very close, or maybe we are already there. It just hasn't revealed to us, right? And then come to the next steps, which is step number six. It's showcasing the gem, or in business, you could call it a market launching, right? A polished gem is inspected and presented. It just like a business, once it is built solid and ready to launch. And once we launch, we stabilize it and then we scale it, right? We continue to refine the things that we create, like inspecting the gem for flaws, which ensures the business to adapt the challenges and remaining desirable to all of our customer or everyone's that involved. Friend, just like a gem cutter, transforming a rough stone into a masterpiece through skills and care, building a complex business that everyone admires requires strategic vision, meticulous execution, and relentless refinement. As a result, we're thriving to impact all enterprises, everyone around the world, just like the gem that sparkles as brightly as a perfect cut gem. So, founded by our visionary Mr. Ash Mufareh, I believe Our company is a radiant gem wherever, every individual's shines as a facet that really illuminating everyone we encounter. I believe together we can create that bold, beautiful, and shared dreams that really inspire and uplifting other people that we came across. So, sharing this with you, I do hope that you also see the vision that so many of us are seeing. Let's all of us continue to stay close to our OES and watch and follow the direction and then take actions. As always, my friend, it's so nice for you to be here and so nice for you to tune in and listening. Let's all of us stay close to updates are coming up. We don't know when, we don't know how, and we don't know what's going to happen, but we believe in our founder, Mr. Ash Mufareh. The future and the decisions are really in our hand. All right? Thank you so much for watching. I do hope that you stay well.